Hi kids, I'm here with little Nathan.
Hello children.
Again. And we are going to talk about our story from Jericho.
It's going to be the best episode ever.
Probably.
I've kind of mailed in the last few. I just kind of haven't been myself, but I've got tons of energy for this one.
Great.
Off to the races.
So last week we learned about the walls of Jericho falling, but we're going to hear about what happened before the walls fell.
They marched around and they blew horns.
Yeah, we know that part, but even before that, the Israelites sent in 2 spies, or Joshua, the leader of the Israelites, sent in 2 spies
into
Jericho to search out the city and find which ways were the most vulnerable or the weakest areas for attacking it.
How come we're in this ball?
This is Jericho, the walls of Jericho.
Before they came a-tumbling down.
Before, right.
I remember that.
Okay.
And what's this red coal?
We're going to get to that. Okay. Pay attention, honey.
I'm just trying to add energy.
You are adding lots of energy. Anyway, these 2 spies, they go into Jericho and they stay overnight at a woman named Rahab's house.
She had like an Airbnb?
Kinda, yeah. And so they stay
there. What did it cost, would you say, for a night at the Airbnb?
You know what?
It's a deal.
I don't know.
Highly reviewed, probably. The guys probably did their research as spies. So they stayed at Rahab's Airbnb, and then what happened?
Well, okay, so the king finds out that there's Israelites within Jericho, and everyone in Jericho is scared of them. So he sends his soldiers to Rahab's house, and they say, we need those spies who are in your home.
Did she know they were spies?
Well, she did.
She's just trying to make a buck. She probably doesn't do thorough background checks on whoever comes by.
Yeah, right. So Rahab lies to the king's men, and she says, you know what, they were here earlier, but they left. You want to go that way to find them.
She misled the guys.
She misled the king's army.
That's nice of her.
It was. And then she went up to her roof where the spies were hiding, and she said, you know what? All of Jericho is scared of you. We know that you serve a great God, and we know how he parted the Red Sea for you. She said, I know you. He has promised you this land, and you are going to come and attack Jericho, but I need you to protect my family since I protected you.
Oh, so she made a bit of a deal with them.
She did,
yes. Clever woman.
Yeah, and they said, we will protect you and your family as long as they're in your house. Put this red rope outside your window, and when we come to attack Jericho, everyone in your house will be saved.
Because they'd see the red rope.
Right.
Don't hurt people in the house with the red rope.
Right. Then, when Jericho fell, Rahab and her family, they were saved, and they were brought to the Israelite camp, and she lived with the Israelites forever. And her family...
She never died?
Well, as long as she lived is what
All her days she lived with the Israelites.
Right.
Gotcha.
And her family lived with them. And do you know who Rahab is?
She is the lady from this, I don't know.
She is Jesus's great, and a lot of greats, grandmother.
Oh, she's like in his family tree.
She is in his family tree. So Rahab
You know who's in my family tree?
Just a second. I need to talk about Rahab. Rahab chose to trust God, even though all the people in her town didn't trust God. She chose to trust him and follow him and find guidance from him. And because of that, this great thing happened in her family many years later. So when we choose to trust God, sometimes we don't see the purpose behind what he's doing, but when we follow his ways, great things happen. It may not be in our lifetime, it may be in our kids' or our grandkids' lifetime, but the important thing is to trust God always.
And now, I kind of forgot what I was going to tell you about the family tree thing.
Okay, well, maybe you'll remember another time. We're looking forward to that. Bye, children.
Hi, boys and girls. We're going to do a new worship challenge. What we're going to do is we're going to make actions that every fear must fall. But because it's spring, we want to do it outside. Because outside is awesome. And outside is a way that we get to see God and all that he's done. So what we need you to do is film actions to every fear must fall, but outside. Okay? All right, great.
For me, I am loved by God.
Okay, children, so today Hi, little Nathan. You know what we're learning about today with Rahab? Is the practice of guidance. Who gives you guidance, honey?
I'm just practicing my ABCs.
Good, yeah, but who gives you guidance?
You generally tell me what to do.
I do. But also God gives us guidance,
Often
right?
he uses your voice.
He very often does, for you especially. But guidance means listening to God and the people who love us. So today we had a story about Rahab.
Do you love me? Yeah, that's what
I
you
do
said.
love you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And
Makes it easier to listen to you if I know you're motivated by love.
thank you.
Sometimes it feels like control.
Yes. Well, we only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to keep going.
Better get on it then.
Okay. So today, preschoolers, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making a poster that talks about the guidance that Rahab received. So here's the walls of Jericho.
Oh yeah, there they are.
You can see their little bricks
I see
here.
the
You
red
can
rope.
use sandpaper or something.
The red
And
rope.
remember, we use the red rope,
Yep.
right? So this is where Rahab's house would be in the wall. And then because she chose to get guidance from God and live amongst the Israelites, her family learned to love God and follow him. And eventually her family was the one that had Jesus as part of their family tree. So the preschoolers are going to make this. And this is just a reminder that when we follow what God tells us to, it ends up being good, even if it's hard. I don't think it was easy for Rahab to do what the spies were asking her, but she chose to follow God, and things in her life started to get better, even though it was a hard decision.
Well, that's good. So if these preschoolers are having a hard time, life's dealt them some cruel blows, they'll be able to do this project and feel better.
Well, it's just a reminder to follow God for guidance and follow what he wants us to do, rather than maybe what someone else wants us to do that goes against what God says.
That's a good reminder.
Okay, now for the older kids, we're going to do something else.
Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
I'm glad you know those so well.
nailed
That's very good.
I'm top
right.
of my class.
For the older kids, you get to make an obstacle course.
Oh, this sounds like fun. I'd be mad if I was a little kid. This is way better than my poster.
So, I'm just making an obstacle course here.
It's like the Red Sea. I can go right through the middle.
Right. I'm going to
makes it
blindfold
harder.
you, and then you are going to have to listen to what I tell you to.
For guidance, you'll give me
For
guidance.
guidance, right.
Shouldn't be too hard. I'm pretty compliant.
Okay, well,
Obedient.
we'll see.
Obedient, I mean.
Okay. So, little Nathan, I want you to walk through this maze forward and then to your left.
I don't know that that's the best idea.
It
I
is the
I
best
kind of
idea.
got a sixth sense when it comes to
I'm
this.
trying to give you
I have a sixth
guidance
sense.
here. Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna trust
little
myself.
Nathan, I need you
I'm
to
gonna trust
turn
myself.
left.
Instead
Turn
of
left.
I'm heading this way.
Turn
then.
left. Turn
Go.
left.
Go. Ah! Oh, sweet merciful heavens. Ouch.
Okay.
My ulna.
This is what happens when we don't follow
in
what
pain
people
over
tell
here.
us to do.
Can we maybe reshoot?
20 minutes later.
Okay. So,
I
children,
think I know what the lesson is.
what is the lesson?
Listen to a wise voice of guidance.
Right.
Don't trust your sixth sense.
What happened to you?
It could happen to anyone, kids. It could happen to you.
Sorry.
Peace out, everyone. This has been Kids Minute, featuring little Nathan and his sidekick who's wandered off somewhere. Where'd you go? Oh, I think the drugs are wearing off. I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm getting kind of sore. See you later, kids.
Bye, children.